Spartacus was a slave, property of Rome, forced to fight and die for their entertainment in the blood-soaked arenas. Every day, a gladiator. Every night, dreaming of freedom. But in 73 BC, that dream became reality. He escaped from the gladiator school at Capua with just 70 desperate men, armed with nothing but kitchen knives and sheer determination. They had no armor, no weapons, no plan beyond survival. They fled to Mount Vesuvius. The volcano's slopes became their fortress. Rome couldn't let this stand. Escaped slaves were an existential threat to the entire system. They sent an army of 3,000 soldiers to crush them. But watch what happens next. Spartacus ambushed and destroyed them. Used ropes made from vines to descend the steep cliffs the Romans thought were impassable. Attacked from behind, annihilated the entire force. Word spread like wildfire across every slave quarter in Italy. Within months, thousands of escaped slaves flocked to his banner. Farm workers, household servants, miners, all desperate for freedom. The rebellion was spreading faster than Rome could react, and they had no idea how bad this was about to get. Within a year, he commanded 120,000 men, the largest slave army in Roman history. Half of Italy descended into chaos. Plantations burned, supply lines collapsed, the economy ground to a halt. Rome panicked. The Senate mobilized. They sent 4 full legions, 16,000 professional soldiers. Spartacus crushed them all, one by one. Each victory made him stronger. Each defeat made Rome more desperate. This wasn't just a slave revolt anymore. This was Rome's worst nightmare, a trained Thracian warrior who understood their tactics, exploited their weaknesses, and turned their own military doctrine against them. But here's what no one tells you about how it ended. Rome deployed Crassus, the wealthiest, most ruthless man in the Republic, with 8 full legions, 40,000 soldiers, unlimited resources, and a reputation for brutal efficiency. He restored discipline through decimation. When a unit showed cowardice, every 10th soldier was executed, beaten to death by their own comrades. His legions feared him more than they feared death, more than they feared Spartacus. Crassus drove Spartacus south, built a wall across the entire peninsula, trapped the slave army against the sea, cut off every escape route. For the first time, Spartacus had nowhere to run. In 71 BC, the final battle came. Spring morning, open field, no more running. Spartacus knew he couldn't win. The numbers were against him. The trap was perfect, but he would not surrender. He killed his own horse, plunged his gladius into its neck. If he couldn't escape, if his men saw him without means of flight, they would fight harder. He would die fighting as a gladiator, as a warrior, as a free man. He carved through Roman ranks, trying to reach Crassus himself, cut down centurion after centurion, wounded, bleeding, surrounded, still fighting, fighting to the death. His body was never found lost in the carnage of 60,000 corpses. Crassus crucified 6,000 survivors along the Appian Way. Every mile, another cross, another body, a warning that stretched 120 miles from Capua to Rome. Every traveler saw them. Every slave understood the message. But here's what Rome couldn't kill. Spartacus exposed their greatest vulnerability. He proved that Rome, the so-called invincible empire, could be brought to its knees by the very people they enslaved. That one slave with courage could shake the foundations of the most powerful civilization on earth. The terror of that truth never left them. If this epic rebellion captivated you, hit subscribe for more legendary battles from history. Drop a comment. Which ancient warrior should we cover next?